Antiochus's sons, Epiphanes and Callinicus, had hoped that Caesar would be reconciled to them, as Vologeses had intervened on their behalf. For though they were living in comfort, they were most unwilling to live outside the Roman Empire. Caesar graciously promised them safe conduct, and they traveled to Rome, where their father at once joined them from Sparta. They were treated with all honor and settled in the city. In an earlier chapter, we referred to the Alani, a Scythian tribe living near the Don and the Sea of Azov. At this stage in the story, as they planned a raid into Media and beyond in search of loot, they negotiated with the king of Hyrcania as master of the pass which King Alexander had closed with gates of iron. He granted them admission and they poured through en masse. Then, falling on the unsuspecting Medes, they plundered a populous countryside full of livestock of every kind, meeting with no opposition at all. Pacorus, king of the district, had fled in terror to his hideouts, leaving everything behind except his wife and concubines, who had been taken prisoner and whom he recovered only by the payment of 100 talents. So they continued their raids with the utmost ease and without opposition, advancing as far as Armenia and leaving a trail of destruction behind them. Armenia was ruled by Tiridates, who met them and gave battle but came within an inch of being taken alive during the fighting. He was lassoed from a distance and would have been dragged off if he had not whipped out his sword and slashed the rope just in time. This battle made the invaders still more savage. They turned the countryside into a desert, and carrying off a large part of the population and quantities of booty from both kingdoms returned to their own country. In Judea, Bassus had died, and the new governor was Flavius Silva, who, seeing the rest of the country reduced to impotence and only one fortress still holding out, marched against it with all available forces. The fortress was Masada, occupied by the Sicari, under the command of an influential man called Eleazar, a descendant of the Judas who had persuaded many Jews not to register.